So it starts off with language, and if you pull it that way, English is set. So press play, date format. I prefer this one. So there we go. The date today is 24th. Nice and simple. Press the touch screen. It's pretty responsive. Not obviously like an iPhone, but definitely not like my old TomTom. It's currently 11:57. Technically AM, so let's pull that back. Let's go with that. Nice, 24-hour, yeah. MP4 or AV-CHD. Now, from reading online, AV-CHD will offer the best quality. MP4 looks like it's great to go straight on and get on with it, but AV-CHD offers the best quality. And that's literally it. Setup is complete. So we haven't done a fat lot there. Let's have a look at what's on offer. Well, it wants the lens cover open, but what we want to do is take a look at the settings. Now, video snapshot off, audio see. Let's see what happens in there. Just on and off. Let's go with off. Audio scene. Standard is fine. I'm probably going to be using the external mic with this. This thing here is to draw on the video. Interesting. This thing here has disappeared. Auto mode. So if you press there, you can change the modes you've got. So auto, you can see what it's for. Camcorder decides for you. Baby mode, follow the baby's growth. So not interested in that at the moment. Come back. No, I don't want baby mode. So if you're going to try and push it up, just give it a little bit more. Otherwise it'll think you're selecting cinematic mode. Scene mode. Programmed AE. Interesting. Now actually what I want to find is portrait mode. Which is very interesting because I'm not seeing it at the moment. Let's put it in scene for now. This, aha. Notice what I did there, if I can work it out. Hit the baby, hit the back button, and you get into the setup. Now this is what we want to look at. Recording setup. So, video quality, standard full, yes please. High quality, standard quality at full, long play, smaller file size. Now, so I'm going for a 60, but I want higher quality than standard. If I press down here, nothing. Oh yeah, it tells you what you're looking at, bit rates, etc. Let's just compare with this one. Lower bit rate. Same resolution, lower bit rate. So let's pick that one. Says I've got 1 hour 26 remaining. That's everything in that menu. Other settings. Self timer. Zoom speed. Let's see what happens here. So it has 3 different options and a variable. Let's leave it in variable until I work out what I need. Zoom position at startup. Full wide is fine, I think. Well, actually, no, yeah, that's fine. I like the idea of last use position, especially if I'm having to turn on and off, but I don't want to keep going into a further zoom. But for now I'm going to stick at full wide, as that's likely to be my first choice. Framing assistance. As you can see, I'm getting used to touching this. Wide, normal, narrow. We'll stick with normal for now until I get used to it. Focus assistance, face detection, tracking is all out. Auto slow shutter, intelligent IS. Let's have a look at that. We'll have width. Let's go back to that slow shutter and see what it's given us. Well, on and off. And snapshot length. So that's everything in that menu. Let's hit this menu, on-screen markers. That's the choices you've got. I like the idea of this grid. We're going to check that out later. On-screen displays, yes. Brightness, backlights. You can adjust those in there. LCD mirror, HDMI status. Language, as we saw. Available space in memory. So that lets you know what's left on the card and the type of card you've got, so that's handy. AV headphones. So whatever you're going to use with the AV port, you can tell it what it's going to be. It's going to be headphones or something else. Notification sound, battery info. And that lets you know what you've got there. Power on using the LCD panel, so when you open it, it powers on. You can tell it not to do that. You can initialize the SD card, which we're going to do now. So nice and quick. Always good to do that, especially when you have a new card. What we have to do, go into scene mode, press OK. Then you've got the choices. So you've got portrait, which is the one I'm hoping to use when I get into using this camera. I will be testing this probably in another video typically to see how it looks. So I want to use portrait because I want to emphasize the subject, in this case me, waffling about cameras, etc. Blurring out the background, similar to what I would do normally. So let me choose scene again. Let me put a bit more pressure on the touchscreen. Not a lot, just a bit more. Otherwise it thinks you're just touching it once. Sports mode. Night scene. That's a nice snowman. Bit scary. Beach. Sunset. Low light. Spotlight. Very nice. Fireworks. Now, I'm not sure how well these modes work. As a professional photographer, I don't tend to use auto modes, but I'm not a professional video operator, so I'm learning. I have been trying to translate what I know about photography across to cinematography, using videos. But let's see, this camera is just to make things a lot easier, just for fun. Although even with my fun cameras, I don't use auto modes really. But we're going to test these out. But that's how you get into that. So when you want it, you either press it once or you press OK and you're away. So this is just a quick test. I know it probably doesn't make a fat lot of sense how I've set this up or even where I'm looking. I've just realised. I have a little bit of a zoom on, and if I move about, it's following me. If I move back, excuse the jumper, can't be helped. I think the focus is still on me. Also ignore the box in the background. And as you can see, if I'm not careful, if I look at the screen just to watch where I'm going, I'm not looking at you. Obviously I won't do that in the real world, but this is just a test. So is it following me well with the focusing? If I go right back, and now if I come, I'm not sure how close it will let me come. If I come scarily close, is it still in focus? Clearly I'm not going to do that, that's just a test. Now as far as I can tell, I have to stop recording from the back, which is going to leave me a few seconds to edit out, but not a big deal. But maybe if somewhere on the screen is a way I can stop it. Also, if you press around on the screen, you can focus on other areas. This is another test video because I wasn't that happy with the last one. Now, I haven't used any external lights. On the screen, it looks great to me. But let's see what happens when I put this on the computer.